So another follow-up is that we've deployed our code, but we have this message from GitHub saying, hey, we found a security vulnerability. And if we click on this, it says that it's the OmniAuth library, which we use for connecting our Twitter account. And basically, there's a vulnerability that a user can do something malicious when you just have a link to connect a third-party account like Twitter. But if you make that a post request that goes to Rails before it redirects you, then it's able to verify the CSRF token. And that token is used when you submit forms to make sure that the user actually submitted it and it wasn't some malicious person trying to take over parts of your account. So the way we can fix this is we can add this gem. So we'll go add that to our gem file. I'll do that right underneath the OmniAuth Twitter one. We'll go to our terminal, we can run bundle to install that. And then the only thing we really need to do is change our link to a button to, or use link to with method as post. So to fix this in our views, we'll go to our Twitter accounts index, and we'll change the connected Twitter account link to a button to. That'll make a post request with a CSRF token in it, which fixes that vulnerability. And then we can test this out on localhost. I've got my server up. I've got Twitter disconnected. We can connect that and that will work. And we can go to our Rails logs and we can even see that it did a post to auth Twitter and it included a CSRF token as part of that process. So all of that was handled correctly and taken care of for us now. So we are now secure with that button here. If you want to take a look, that button too is going to actually generate a little form. It will have the button, the action goes to the route, and then our authenticity token is that CSRF token that Rails generates for us. And a CSRF token is always included in every form in Rails because of security. So if you want to look up that, you can take a look at CSRF tokens. There's a lot of documentation on what they are and how they work, but basically it is designed so that JavaScript cannot log you out or connect a Twitter account for you on a service. So if you were on Facebook and they trigger a link or something on a different website, they can't do these cross-site requests for you. That is automatically handled with that token. So that is it. We can now go and save this. So let's go run git status. Let's go add these changes to our app. I also updated a bunch of the other Ruby gems like Rails along with that. So let's go and commit this and we'll say add OmniAuth CSRF protection, git push and git push Heroku master. Now I made a change on GitHub and merged a pull request. So we need to actually run git fetch in order to pull those changes from GitHub. So we'll say git fetch to pull down from GitHub, git pull, and that will pull down master from GitHub. And we'll have a update in our gemfile.lock. And if we open gemfile.lock in VS Code, you'll see these highlighted lines. And basically we need to just look at these and figure out which one is the latest version. The top one will be the one coming from ourselves, and then this is the version coming from GitHub, the blue one, the incoming change, and this one, the top one, green one, is our current change. So if we go and delete these and just pick the latest versions of those, then we'll be all set. And then we can also run bundle to make sure that all of that is correct and we're good to go. So now we can add gemfile.lock and we can write a commit called merge, which pulls down our changes and merges those together from GitHub. Now we can push that up safely and we can push to Heroku to deploy.